You had told me about something that you experienced when you were younger, although it hasn't been something that's been on your mind as an adult.
Well,
is that true?
Yeah, it is true.
Okay.
It would be fair to say that I don't have an extraordinary interest in the field, although, and I feel uncomfortable with the idea that that I experienced something that could be classified as seeing an unidentified flying object, but that's what it was. It was a flying object that was definitely unidentifiable. I was 18 years old. I was a senior in high school, and a friend of mine and I were out fishing out at Alton Dam, and we'd go out there during the evening hours and we'd snag for fish, like catfish and buffalo and whatever else you might snag, and we were having a fine time, just very relaxing, just being out there near the water, and we noticed a bright light. If you look down from the dam and downstream, there was a light. It was kind of a crimson, reddish, pinkish. It was a bright light. It looked like a colored spotlight that might be sitting on a barge in the middle of the river, because it was way downstream, but it was right in the middle of the river. You can definitely see this light. Well, it was just standing there. Well, it seemed like in an instant this light shot out from what we thought it was sitting on a barge, and the first thing that we thought was that it was a flare, because it looked like the color of a flare gun, and it came shooting towards us. And as a matter of fact, we jumped back a little bit because it was about a quarter of a mile away, but it came up to us very quickly. We kind of jumped back thinking that this was a flare at first, and of course this is happening very quickly. We were very surprised when it stopped right in front of us, and then we knew immediately that this was not a flare. This was it was moving towards us too quick to have been a light on a boat, because it was just in a flash. We're talking maybe 3 seconds to go a quarter of a mile up river, and this thing was not attached to anything. It wasn't a light. It was a self-suspending. It looked like a big ball of crimson light, and it just stopped there, and it hovered, and it was about the size of I'd say a beach ball, about the size of a beach ball, and you can see it just hovering there and kind of waving back and forth. And about the time we looked at one another, totally amazed, and we knew both of us were thinking in our minds, what the heck is this thing? It shot up into the air, and it just kept going. I mean, kept going. We kept watching, and this was very quick. It took off like a rocket. No flames or anything coming up, but just that sphere of crimson light until we couldn't see it anymore. It was a clear night, so you can see the stars, and this thing just kept going. It looked almost like a firework, some kind of a fireworks explosion, except this thing just kept going and going and going and going until it just went beyond, our vision.